Leonard Williams is a member of the Seattle Seahawks. Welcome in to this live edition of Seahawks Today by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here with you. Thanks for hanging out with us here on this special edition of Seahawks Today as we react to the Leonard Williams trade. We'll get you the trade details, what it means for the Seahawks going forward, and more coming up in just a matter of moments. As you guys file in and we get this show on the road, what is your one-word reaction to the Seahawks trading for Leonard Williams? This is our build-up portion of the show where we want everybody to get in and share with us your thoughts on this move by the Seahawks. Give us your one-word reaction. I'll have my one-word reaction coming up later on. But want to hear from you guys first. We'll shout you out with your one-word reaction. Tyler Smith, Smitty, is here with me as well. We'll bring him in coming up in just a moment. But checking in on the chat here, Tony says, hey. Junior says, Seahawks. I get Seattle area response, says W trade. Tony says W. Seahawks Solo says hello. Top Flourish says needed. Donald says win. Ben says edging. Eric says win. What else you guys got? Keep them coming. Keep them coming in. Smitty here with me now. Smitty, welcome in, my friend. What a day. We told you for a couple weeks that the Seahawks could very well make a move at the deadline. In fact, the very first time we talked about Leonard Williams on this channel was back on October 14th. So this is something I don't want to hear from all you losers, haters and losers out there. Why you guys talk rumors all the time, whatever? It's never going to happen. Well, that did happen. So take that. Leonard Williams is a member of the Seahawks. Smitty, give me your one-word reaction.
Oh, you want my one-word reaction?
Yeah.
I got one.
Seahawks!
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 Let's go! We got Leonard Williams.
Leonard!
Are you serious? Unbelievable! Seahawks making moves. Let's go, baby.
Let's go. Let's check it in on the chat. Williams says 12. Top Flourish says huge W. Jonathan says splash. Thomas says L. Vasquez says wow. Miguel says mid. Jonathan says beast. Carl says all right. Shout out Matthew McConaughey. Michael says let's go. Ladine says yay. Jordan says veteran. Space says kapow. The Dark Owl says Legion of Spoon. Ray says NFC West champ. Scott says hell yeah, go Hawks. Jake says bad trade. Dean says overpaid. Batman Fan 20 says my one-word reaction outstanding. Michael says woo. JJ says Hawks. Miguel says he's old. Lil Benzgo says amazing. How would you grade the trade? A, B, C, D, or F? Smitty, I like the trade, but it is a lot. The Giants do take on most of the contract of Leonard Williams. At this time, we're waiting to see what that exact number is, but that's what we've been told according to NFL Network's Ian Rapoport. But with that said, on the Seahawks end of things, you give up a second this year and a fifth next year. He's on an expiring contract. I'm going to give this trade a solid B. I like the trade, but it is a lot for an older player here.
Yeah, I mean, older player. He is 29 years old, so I mean, he's not exactly this, 33-year-old.
He's no spring chicken.
Veteran. He's not Jason Peters either, though. He's not sitting there at 40 years old, just scraping by. Leonard Williams is still playing at a very high level, and he's a true leader on the D-line there. He was in New York. He was a captain, and now hopefully he comes in as probably the most talented player on the Seahawks defensive line. I'm pumped up. I'm going to give it a B, though, as well, because, one, we haven't seen it on the field yet. We got to see how he fits into the scheme, how he works, and what kind of production he puts out there.
Right.
And second-round pick, it's not the best situation. But I believe Seattle still has a second-round pick in next year's draft, courtesy of one of their trades that they made. I could be wrong on that, but I don't want to be throwing out this misinformation right now. I think they do still have a second-round pick next year, so it doesn't eliminate them out of that round.
Yes. Let me go ahead and pull that up right now in real time. Next year's draft picks
I could be totally wrong right now. This could be. I should have double checked that before.
Smitty, you are actually wrong on this.
Oh, of course. I'm wrong.
The Seahawks have a first, a second, 2/3. That's probably what you were thinking.
Okay.
One courtesy of Denver. A fourth, a fifth, a sixth, and a seventh in next year's draft.
Okay, so still 2 day 2 picks though.
Yeah,
That's
you
nice.
still have 2 day 2 picks.
Hey, listen, the Seahawks, they're not people who really care. Pete and John, do they really care about big boards and who's supposed to go where?
Right.
They took Derek Hall in the second round. He had a third round grade. So they don't really care. When they're kind of in the vicinity and when they're in a position to get somebody who they have in a giant pool, a tier of players, it doesn't really matter what round it's in.
So checking more of the grades, Metcalf Prod says A-, Galaki says C, Carlos says B, Marlon Griffin says B, got a B, Donald says A, Noah says B+, Top Flourish says B-, El Chorito says A, Vasquez says B, Michael says A, Seattle Area Responses says A-, Wild Gamer 869 says B+, Teddy says B+, how about them Seahawks says C. Some of the grades there. More to come here on this live edition of Seahawks Today. We'll show you the trade details in just one moment. But before we get to that, I want to tell you about today's sponsor. That is Prize Picks. Prize Picks, the place to go for daily fantasy made easy. Here's how Prize Picks works. You pick 2 or more players. You get the option of more or less on any assigned prop that is attached to them, whether it be pass attempts or receiving yards, receptions. There's all sorts of different categories. It's very easy to play along with Prize Picks. And you can play along with us tonight. We got Monday Night Football, the Lions taking on the Raiders. And here's my Prize Picks I'm going with. I got Jared Goff going with more than 23.5 pass completions. I got Josh Jacobs with less than 62.5 rushing yards. Play along with us tonight for a $100 deposit match. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS, promo code CLNS. The link is in the comments, the description, and the chat of today's video. Play along with Prize Picks with us tonight on Monday Night Football. The trade details. Leonard Williams to Seattle. The Seahawks give up a 2024 second-round pick and a 2025 fifth-round pick to make this deal get done. And in the Seahawks case, this was a team that we had talked about all offseason long, had a weakness when it came to the interior of the defensive line, and they didn't necessarily address it that much in the offseason. Originally, they brought in Jaron Reed and Draymond Jones, but there was still a glaring weakness. Mario Edwards also part of the equation here. They passed on the opportunity to get Jalen Carter in this draft. Ultimately, they go with Devin Witherspoon. And now, Smitty, you have a reinforcement. And what we've seen from this Seahawks team over the last few weeks is this pass rush has really come along. They've had a total of 21 sacks in the last 4 games. Now you add Leonard Williams to the bunch, and you have some flexibility. We've seen this Seahawks team get creative with their assignments on the defensive line, doing 2, 3, and 4-man fronts at times. Leonard Williams, with his flexibility to be able to play both the interior and the in position, really adds to the creativity of what Clint Hurt and company can do with this Seahawks defense now.
I totally agree. I mean, Leonard Williams is a guy who can play inside, can play outside. He's for his frame, he's quite the athletic guy. He can move around, and he's just a ferocious player. He plays with a lot of intensity, a lot of physicality, and he's going to fit right in on this Seahawks team. I think it's going to fit in seamlessly. Seahawks add 2 defensive linemen in the past week. I couldn't ask for much more if I'm the Seattle Seahawks. You talk about the guys who have been building up sacks the past few weeks. I mean, Jaron Reed's looked awesome. Boye Mafe has a sack in each of the past 5 games, and he's not even on that actual defensive line.
Right.
He's that edge rusher on the outside. So the Seahawks have threats at multiple positions along the line of scrimmage. I'm very happy with the Seahawks trade. And and everybody who's in the chat right now thinking, oh, we gave up too much. He's a free agent. He's a rental. You don't give up a second-round pick with the idea of you're not going to extend this guy. The Seahawks are going to extend
They'll get a deal done.
Leonard Williams. There is a deal that is going to get done.
And there's no way that Leonard Williams is going to get paid what he was making previously either.
Agreed. And the Giants in this scenario, also, the Seahawks have room to make more moves now that this trade has occurred. The Giants are still taking on most of Leonard Williams' salary for this season. The second-round pick is what kicked that in for the Giants to take on most of that salary. Plus, the Seahawks give up a little bit of capital because they have to obviously extend him as well.
So I got people in the chat already asking for us to take down some shots. And we had a super chat come in. So I'm going to call an audible here. Let's go to our first super chat of the day, then get to the super chat menu. Thomas Bridges, my guy checking in, says, Hawks going Les Snead, the Rams GM, F them picks route. F them picks, indeed.
F them picks.
Still got the first rounder and the 2/3. Tom, that's what I would say. What is different is, as Smitty pointed out earlier, you still have 2 day 2 selections with those 2 third-round picks that you hold right now. So not quite F them picks, but I like the idea that comes to mind with that. So with that said, people already wanted us to take some shots. Want to party, want to have a good time here on Seahawks Today. To welcome in Leonard Williams to Seattle. We want to give him a warm welcome. So get on in. You want some screen time. You want to drink and have a good time with us. It's a Monday. Most of you are at work. Who the hell cares? Here's our Super Chat menu. First-time Super Chatters, you're getting the Seahawk chant. $5 Super Chat. We'll play a little truth or dare. $10 Super Chat, we're taking shots. You better believe we get plenty of liquor on hand. $20 Super Chat, we'll do a beer chug. I got the Mirbonga ready to go. $20 will get the Mirbonga out. And $100 gets you a spot in the Emerald Club, our Seahawks Today Hall of Fame. And you know what? I'm willing to even take this a step further. If we get to 200 today in Super Chats collectively as a whole, I'll take that a boot. I want to do a boot in honor of Leonard Williams today. $200. If we get there as a group, we can take down a boot. 3 beers in one. We'll drink as quick as we can. Maybe we can induct Leonard Williams on the Boot Hall of Fame on the Emerald Club before the end of the day. So that is the offer for the 12s out there. If you want to drink, if you want to party with us and celebrate the addition of Leonard Williams to Seattle, give him a warm welcome. That is the Super Chat menu if you would like to participate and get this party started here on this Monday afternoon. Who won the trade? Was it the Seahawks? Was it the Giants? Type S for Seahawks, G for Giants. It's our poll question right now. 416 votes in so far. 83% of you say Seahawks. 17% say the Giants won this trade. So a resounding answer there for the Seahawks with the big majority of the votes coming in so far at this point. And look, I understand the hesitation of giving up a second and a fifth. I totally understand. But we heard, Smitty, from John Schneider and Pete Carroll say all offseason long, they are in win-now mode. This team is in 5-2. They're at 5-2. They're only a game and a half back of the best record in the NFC of the Philadelphia Eagles in the entire NFL. They're in first place in their division right now. Even if the trade is a little bit too much, I sit here and I appreciate the aggressiveness from John Schneider and Pete Carroll to go out there and say, we're not content with just sitting on our backs and doing nothing. We want to go out there. We want to compete. We want to play at the highest level and hang with the best in the NFC here. Smitty, even if you think it is too much, I think you have to at least appreciate the aggressiveness shown by Schneider and Carroll to go all in on this Seahawks team in the now and in the present here.
They totally believe that this team can make the Super Bowl. So all the power to them. I believe this Seahawks team, listen, get that offensive line healthy. Get Abraham Lucas back in the lineup. And by the way, I say that after elite PFF grades came out for the right side of that offensive line yesterday. The left side, they had some issues. Charles Cross did not have good grades across the board. But get that offensive line healthy. Get Geno out of his head. Bolster that D-line like they did. No injuries. I think the Seahawks team is just about as good as any team in the NFC, baby. Niners lost 3 straight. We're in the driver's seat.
Right?
Let's go, man.
All right.
Let's go.
Here we go. First shot of the day.
Oh, here we go.
$10 super chat coming in. Here we go. First shot for Leonard Williams. MJ Seahawk with a $10 super chat checking in.
I'd say, hold up.
I'll pour up here. Smitty's pulling up the wrong super chats.
There we go.
There we go.
MJ Seahawk.
MJ Seahawk. Leonard Williams is most welcome. We are coming for you, Purdy.
Watch out.
Let's go.
Watch out.
Everybody spam MJ in the chat.
Spam MJ.
The real MJ. The real MJ. The GOAT. Checking in the chat with a $10 super chat. MJ, cheers to you. Cheers to MJ. Cheers to Leonard Williams. Let's go, Hawks.
Let's go, Hawks.
Let's go. I love it. MJ Seahawk is excited. I'm excited. How could you not be? Let's go, Hawks. Let's get after it. One more question before we begin this segment. Should the Seahawks make another move? If you're watching the channel literally about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago, we had just put out a video about how there was some insider reporting that the Seahawks apparently had interest in Carl Lawson for the New York Jets. That still could be possible. That isn't eliminated by this move here of what the Seahawks made. And we've already seen them go after Frank Clark. Should they make another move before tomorrow, or are they good as they are? Smitty, I'm not opposed to another move if the Seahawks want to make that, but I totally understand if they feel good with where they're at here. I would like to see it, but I'm just surprised they even got something done here to begin with.
I agree, but I'm in the camp of they should make a move as long as they're not, don't give out any draft capital more than what you just did. I don't think we need to empty the farm. I don't think we need to be less need in the Rams.
Sure.
That's not how this team's ever been constructed. This team's been constructed by building through youth and through the draft, and then making that one big move, which they did today with Leonard Williams. If they make another move, maybe it's a depth piece at offensive line. You don't see too many offensive line trades in the regular season, but it could happen. And, that Carl Lawson deal's still not necessarily, out of the question. We mocked up a 6th-round pick. The Jets are still definitely trading him. Who says the Seahawks can't swoop in and get him for that late-round pick?
Yeah. Got another super chat coming in. Let's check in a couple more super chats, actually.
Ooh.
Michael wants to take a shot. He says, with the Niners losing 3 straight, there is blood in the water. All caps. Blood in the water. Granddaddy, Pete, and Papa John, like a pair of great MFers. Whites are going for that kill. Go Hawks. Blood is in the water. Michael, I could not have said it any better myself. Let's cheers to that. Blood in the water.
Let's go.
Blood in the water. We're hungry. We're thirsty. Let's go. The man himself checks in with a $2 super chat. For Leonard Williams, what would you have given? That's a good question. I would have given probably a third and taken on a little more of that contract, personally. We'll see what the exact details are, but it sounds like they're not taking on much of that contract. 2nd and a 5th was high. I don't know if I would have done that much, but I probably would have taken on a little more of the contract. We'll see what the numbers look like. Seahawks fan 123 with a $10 super chat. Another shot coming in. We're getting revenge on the Rams, and the Niners go Hawks. Smitty, I'm going to say this. I'm not being biased. I'm dead serious when I say this.
What do you got?
I mean, without a doubt, the Seahawks have to be the favorites in the division, no question now. I think with the Niners losing 3 in a row, Seahawks were in the driver's seat before all this. And now you make this move that says we're all in. We're putting all our chips to the table here. I don't know how the Seahawks aren't the favorites at this point. This is the team to beat in the NFC West.
I'm hyped up. I think they are the team to beat in the NFC West. Listen, a lot of people like to talk about teams being better based on the quarterback position. First of all, I think Geno Smith can be much better than Brock Purdy. He makes more difficult throws than Brock Purdy. And Brock Purdy's come down to earth these past couple weeks, hasn't he? he's in his own head right now big time. I mean, I know Geno's been throwing some picks as well, but Brock Purdy making some pretty rash decisions down the field, kind of expanding his game past the game manager kind of lifestyle that the 49ers have given him. And so if you go based on that, Seahawks probably got the better quarterback. Seahawks are making improvements on the defense. Now, that defense is not where the Niners defense is right now, but I think they can play to the level of the Niners defense at times. I think the Seahawks are definitely in the driver's seat as far as the NFC West goes.
One more audible for you before we start the segment.
Sure.
I know we got like 500 people watching. Some people may be new here. I want to make sure you guys subscribe to the channel.
Yeah.
This may be your first time watching us here on Seahawks Today. And if it is, welcome. We're here each and every day talking daily news and rumors. We're going to be live again tomorrow for the trade deadline as well, right here on Seahawks Today. And on top of that, folks, we are live every game day with our watch parties all season long. If you love your Seattle Seahawks, if you're a diehard Seahawks fan, this is the channel for you. I'm putting the sublink in the chat right now. I want you guys to subscribe. Doesn't cost you a thing. Yesterday, we hit 43,000 subscribers. Now we're trying to make our way to 44,000 subscribers. Join the family. Be with us each and every day here on Seahawks Today. If you love the Seahawks, this is the channel for you. Subscribe now. Sublink is in the chat. $5 super chat coming in. Truth or dare from my guy Thomas Bridges. Dare. For every $5 super chat, you got to unbutton a button on the shirt. So we're supposed to pick the truths or dares, but since you asked, I'll just do this one. There we go. I'll leave it at that. I got to be buttoned up for the cut, though, Tom. Sorry about that. But there you go. There's a little action. Tom, thanks for the $5 super chat, my guy. Let's go ahead and get to it. Our segment. And then here's what we'll do. Here's the rundown of things for everybody watching at home right now. We're going to do our segment. This is going to go up on the channel after we record said segment, okay? And then we will answer whatever questions, whatever reaction you have. We're going to have a little party here. You want on screen, get us. It's a super chat only show. There's no mailbag today. If you want on screen, you have to send in a super chat to get some screen time on the show. So if you guys want to get involved here, send a super chat. Every super chat today, we're going to react to. We're going to drink. We're going to party. We're going to celebrate Leonard Williams on today's show. So we'll do the segment, and then we'll react to all your super chats, and who knows, this could turn into a crazy palooza after that. If you're ready to start today's show, like the video. I had 87 likes so far. I need at least 100 to start this show today. 100 likes. That's what I need right now. Hit the like button. If you love your Seattle Seahawks, how about that win yesterday? Smitty, we haven't even talked about the game yesterday.
I know.
What a performance that was.
Electric.
Like the video. Show some love to Seahawks Today. Show some love to your Seahawks. I mean, those uniforms were so fly. Weren't they?
So clean. Honestly, I'm excited more to see them when they come to to Arlington, to play the Dallas Cowboys. With that lights in a dome, those jerseys they're gonna pop even more. There was a little sunny on the Seahawks game in Seattle yesterday.
Yeah.
It kind of didn't give viewers the full experience of these unis. They looked great, but I think they could look even better in a dome or at night or something like that, which we'll see in a couple weeks here.
Yeah. All right. We reached over 100 likes, so let's go ahead and start this segment, and we will get started here on this Monday afternoon with live reaction to Leonard Williams being traded to the Seahawks. Zachary, that is real fireball right here. I'm not lying to you, man. That is real fireball we're drinking on today's show. Smitty is finishing some things up. You can play the intro on top of this, too. Smitty's finishing up some technical stuff, and then we'll get started with our segment reacting to Leonard Williams being traded to the Seattle Seahawks. We'll go over all the trade details. We'll tell you more about Leonard Williams, what this means for this Seahawks team, all of it coming up right now. Get on your feet, get fired up, like the video. Leonard Williams is a member of the Seahawks. We're fired up. We're ready to go. It's Seahawks football, trade deadline, and they might not even be done. We'll talk more about some potential trade ideas for the Seahawks in just a moment as well. But right now, though, let's begin with our reaction to Leonard Williams being traded to the Seattle Seahawks. We'll bring that to you right now here on Seahawks Today. Breaking news on Seahawks Today. Your Seattle Seahawks have made a trade ahead of tomorrow's trade deadline, acquiring New York Giants defensive lineman Leonard Williams. Leonard Williams, one of the most high-profile players that was on the trade market, now comes to Seattle and fills a need on this defensive line, and this team makes a statement that they are here to compete among the best in the NFC. Rap Sheet tweeting this out earlier. The Giants are finalizing a deal to send Pro Bowl defensive lineman Leonard Williams to the Seahawks, per me, Mike Garafolo, giving them financial flexibility. The trade details for the Seahawks: they acquire Leonard Williams, and they give up a 2024 second-round pick, in addition to a 2025 fifth-round pick to make this trade go down. That's a lot of draft capital for a 29-year-old defensive lineman. But the reason why the Seahawks gave up maybe a little more than you expected, according to Rap Sheet, the Giants will take a large portion of Leonard Williams' contract in exchange for better draft capital. So in the end, the Seahawks give up a little bit more, but they don't have to take on as much of the contract. So that gives them potentially a little more flexibility to make maybe even another move of some sorts potentially before tomorrow's deadline. I'll say this. You may think the trade gave up too much, and I understand where you're coming from. But I think where we can all sit here and agree is that you have to respect the aggressiveness, the willingness of John Schneider to go all in on this Seahawks team. For John Schneider and Pete Carroll to look their players in the eye and say, we believe that you can go out there and that you can compete among the best, that we're willing to go all in and give you what you need to make it happen. Respect where respect is due. And what have we seen of the other teams in the National Football League that are competing for that Lombardi Trophy, whether it be the Niners or the Eagles or the Chiefs, and the list goes on and on. All of them continue to try to find ways to get better and compete in the arms race. That's what the Seahawks are doing with this move. What is your one-word reaction to the Seahawks trade for Leonard Williams? My one word is wow. Wow, wow, wow. Here we go. They're not messing around. This team is ready to compete and going all in. If I were to use another word, I'd take a hyphen and go all in. Folks, this is why you subscribe to Seahawks Today. When the Seahawks make a move, you know we're going to talk about it here on the channel. And by the way, for all of you that may be saying, man, you guys love to talk rumors all the time, all these crazy ideas, whatever. If you were subscribed to this channel, you would have known on October 14th, we told you about the idea of bringing Leonard Williams to Seattle. No one else was talking about it. You know who was? Seahawks Today was. This is why you subscribe. Join us tomorrow. More live trade deadline coverage. We got you covered right here on the channel. More on Leonard Williams. Let's tell you the backstory on the newest member of the Seattle Seahawks. Joined the New York Giants in 2019 after previously playing for the New York Jets. So this is the first time he has been out of the Big Apple. A Pro Bowler back in 2016. And at 29 years old, brings a lot of experience to this Seattle Seahawks team. 132 career games played with 123 career starts. And the numbers, he's been pretty consistent over his career. As you can see, so far this year, he's got a sack and a half, 1 tackle for loss, 21 tackles. You go back to 2020, that was the year that he was just phenomenal as of late. 11 and a half sacks, 6 tackles for loss. 2021, 6.5 sacks and 2 forced fumbles. And he joins the Seahawks team, who we've seen the pass rush really crank up a notch the last couple weeks. Remember, one of the ongoing themes with this Seahawks team to begin 2023 was the lack thereof when it came to the pass rush, that they were really struggling to get after the quarterback. But now we've seen the last few weeks, the Seahawks have had a total of 21 sacks in the last 4 games, including 5 sacks in the last 5 games from Boye Mafe. You add him to the mix with Jaron Reed and Draymond Jones, this defensive line, and he got a lot of opportunities now to get creative. Leonard Williams, he can play the inside, he can play the end, kind of like Jaron Reed in the same sense. It wasn't a cheap asking price. Nobody is disputing that. A second-round pick this upcoming year and a fifth-round pick the following, that is a lot. But this is the type of move that can take this team to the next level. We know the Seahawks are good, but they've been winning some games that maybe are closer than they should be, where they've looked a little sloppy. This type of move cleans up things a bit. Who are you going to double team now on that defense? Now you got Leonard Williams involved here. This is a huge step for this Seahawks team. How would you grade it? It's a lot. I'm not giving it an A. I'll give it a B. I think a solid B feels fair. How are you feeling about this trade? Get in that comment section. Throw a grade in there, A, B, C, D, or F. Let me know what you think of this move by the Seahawks to bring in Leonard Williams. Today's show is sponsored by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the place to go for daily fantasy made easy. If you played Prize Picks with me last week, folks, you know what happened? We won big on Prize Picks last week. Now we're going to win big tonight on Monday Night Football. Here's how Prize Picks works. You choose a number of players, 2 or more, and any given prop that's associated with them. Let's say, for example, tonight, Jared Goff, you got pass completions. Or Josh Jacobs, you got rushing yards. I'm going with Jared Goff to have more than 23.5 pass completions against that awful Raiders defense. And then Josh Jacobs, as much as I like the guy, only twice this season has he had more than 62.5 rushing yards going up against Aiden Hutchinson and company. I'm not feeling great about that tonight. I'll go with less than that. If we hit on both these folks, let's say we put $20 down, we're going to win 60 on Prize Picks together. So kids, let's get rich. Jump on in, play Prize Picks with me. They'll give you a $100 deposit match at prizepicks.com/CLNS. Use the promo code CLNS. The link is in the comments and the description of today's video. prizepicks.com/CLNS to play along today. So now, the look at the updated depth chart for Seattle, adding Leonard Williams to the mix. Your defensive line, this group looks lethal. One side, Draymond Jones, Leonard Williams on another, Jaron Reed on the inside, and you have depth now. Mario Edwards started those first few games of the year. Now he's a rotational piece. Young is back there. He's shown some flashes here. Now you got some flexibility to do some things. And, by the way, clock is ticking. We're less than 24 hours away from that official trade deadline. Don't rule out the Seahawks even making another move, potentially here. We saw the Frank Clark signing a couple days ago. Now you got this move for Leonard Williams. There's still a possibility that the Seahawks aren't done yet. We've heard about the interest in Carl Lawson potentially. We know about the market with edge rushers right now. There's a lot of them that could be dealt tomorrow. I'm not ruling that out. John Schneider, Pete Carroll, they are going all in. They're putting their chips to the table. They're saying they want to win. They want to compete right here, right now, right here, right now. To recap the trade, Seahawks get Leonard Williams. They give up a 2024 second-round pick and a 2025 fifth-round pick. But here's an interesting note. Because of the trade with the Broncos, even with losing that second-round pick, you still have 2 day 2 selections in next year's draft. You still have 2 third-round picks. So this isn't the end of the world that you don't have a second-round pick, folks. Things are going to be okay. So, looking ahead to trade deadline day, what do you think? Do you like where the Seahawks are at right now? Or should they go and make another move before the deadline? Y for yes, N for no. Get in that comment section. Tell me what you think. One more move, or are we good where we are? Let me know. Subscribe now for the latest happenings in your Seattle Seahawks. We're excited. We're fired up. Seahawks made a move, and there could be more to come. Join us. Trade deadline coverage right here tomorrow, live on Seahawks Today. We will see you then. Thanks for joining us. All right. And we're clear. So, that is the segment. Virgil with a $2 super chat, checking in, says, when we get Coby Bryant back, do we hit another level? Virgil, that's a good question. I don't know when or if we're going to see Coby Bryant back potentially. And, I mean, if they do, Smitty, I would say, yes, they will hit another level of some sorts. But one thing that's going to be interesting, a good problem to have with Coby Bryant when eventually he does come back, is that where do you put him? Because Jamal Adams now looks comfortable. We've seen, Jarek Reed and these guys all kind of find their footing of some sorts. I mean, Julian Love yesterday had the best game he's had since joining the Seahawks here. Coby Bryant, I don't know where he slides in, but it's going to be nice when he does come back. But he's not. They've kind of figured out how to play without him essentially right now.
I mean, yeah. And it's one of those situations where that can also be a good thing.
Yes.
I mean, Seattle has this just I forget what the board game is, but you can just mix and match everything. You can it's like a Mr. Potato Head of a defense. You can just put different pieces on them, and it's still going to look fine. It's still going to look like a human being.
Right.
Very, very excited to see the Seattle defense at full strength. Coby Bryant, obviously a guy who can make plays, but also a guy who can let up big plays offensively as well. So he's definitely going to be a help now that Jamal Adams is fully incorporated, healthy. Like you said, he's playing at a level where that takes a lot of responsibility off of a guy like Coby Bryant. So I think the Seattle defense will, at full strength, with Coby Bryant back in the lineup, we are going to be one of the elite defenses in the NFL. I'm pretty convinced of that.
I think so. Virgil, thanks for the $2 super chat. And now we got our segment out of the way. Here's what we'll do going forward. We'll hang out. We want to get you guys' reaction to this move. It's a super chat exclusive show. If you want to get on screen, you want us to read what you guys have to say, give you some screen time, send in the super chat and we'll do so. First time super chatters, we'll give you the Seahawks chant. Every $5 super chat, we'll play a little truth or dare. Every $10 super chat, we'll take down a shot. $20 super chat, we're doing some beer chugs. I got the Merbonga in hand ready to go. Every $100 super chat gets you a spot in the Emerald Club. You could be the one that gets Leonard Williams inducted in the Emerald Club in all its glory. And the offer still stands. If we get to $200 in super chats today, I will take down a boot. Right now, Smitty, we're at $40. Not a bad start, but still work to be done. 160 away.
160 away
from Das Boot. So that is the offer that stands right now. Smitty, let's go through the upcoming schedule. What's ahead for the Seahawks here?
Why not?
So you got the win yesterday. You're sitting at 5-2. This Seahawks team's got to be feeling really good. But this schedule is about to get a hell of a lot tougher the next few weeks. You take on a very good Baltimore Ravens team on the road, on the East Coast. That's going to be a challenge this week. And then you play the Commanders after that. And I know the Commanders aren't that great of a team, but Sam Howell's capable of getting hot at any time and having a good game. You play the Rams on the road. You already lost to them once. The Niners on Thanksgiving at home. And then you play the Cowboys the week after that in Dallas on Thursday Night Football. The Cowboys are a pretty decent football team in their own right. Let's start with that. The first 5 games in this stretch here. Smitty, I mean, I'm looking at realistically. If you're the Seahawks, I think the best case scenario, because you're going to slip up somewhere here. It's just the teams on this schedule are too good not to lose at some point. And that's not a knock on the Seahawks. That's out of respect for the opponents they're facing. Realistically, in this next stretch of 5 games, and there might be some catching up to speed of sorts with Leonard Williams and Frank Clark and all that. If you go 4-1 out of these next 5, I think you're feeling great.
Absolutely. And, I mean, they're in a situation, 4-1 would be, I mean, I would love 4-1 in this stretch. I mean, the Ravens game, arguably, one of the first or second toughest on this schedule, just based on all the chaos that can ensue in that game. The Ravens, they find themselves in odd situations where they, find weird ways to lose or, turn the ball over. In
the
weird
Ravens
situations.
look like the Seahawks of the AFC.
They are the Seahawks of the AFC, absolutely. And the Seahawks obviously prone to the same type of mental mistakes as well, but uber talented. So that is kind of like a yin-yang matchup there with the Ravens. That could go anyway. Commanders, unfortunately, you can't let that one go. You can't slip up. You can't slip up. I know preseason you had them losing that game as one of those ones you're not supposed to lose. Now the Seahawks always have at least one, probably more like 2 or 3 of those on their schedule. Last year it was the Raiders and the Panthers. And
every team does. I mean, hell, the Super Bowl champion Chiefs lost to the Colts last year.
I thought the Niners were a Super Bowl lock, 4 weeks ago now, when they played the Dallas Cowboys. They looked unbeatable.
Yeah.
They lose 3 straight thereafter to P.J. Walker, Kirk Cousins, and who was even yesterday? I mean, Joe Burrow, who played absolutely unbelievable. Yeah. So that was a heavyweight bout, but still lose 3 straight. Seahawks in the driver's seat now. That home game on Thanksgiving, which, by the way, why didn't they just run back the throwbacks on the Thanksgiving game instead of the next week at the Cowboys? Why would you want to keep those uniforms?
I think they wanted to do something on the road.
Yeah, I guess so. And you want to probably have your traditional home and aways for Thanksgiving games just for marketing and whatnot.
And because you're playing at the Cowboys, you're going to get to wear your home uniforms there.
That's true, yeah, because they love rocking white at home. That's true.
Right.
That's true.
So, those next 5 games look interesting. We'll get to the other 5 after that in just a second. Got a super chat coming in.
It's a special super chat as well.
Yes.
If you guys know what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Coming in from a first-time super chatter. This one's hard to pronounce. Backdoor Savage. That's what I'm going to call it. This one's for Backdoor Savage.
Hawks!
Hawks!
Let's go!
BS! Spam BS in the chat.
Spam
BS.
Let's go. Show us your bullshit.
Yeah, show us your BS.
Spam it. Spam bullshit in the chat.
Let's go.
Backdoor Savage.
Backdoor Savage.
Let's answer what Backdoor Savage had to say.
Yeah, I guess so.
What would be more realistic, to get Chase Young or Danielle Hunter? My answer would be Chase Young, and let me explain why. Danielle Hunter and that Vikings team, I know they lost Kirk Cousins for the year yesterday. They are of the mindset that they're still kind of in position to still maybe make the playoffs and contend. So. I don't know if the Vikings are really going to sell like people thought they were a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
The Commanders, I think, might be the first to admit they're a bad football team. And they're not going to bring Chase Young back beyond next year anyway. So I think Chase Young's the more likely guy to get sold off of some sorts. What do you think, Smitty?
I think it probably is easier to get Chase Young because they're not going to extend him. That's probably that's confirmed, basically, that they're not going to extend him. Vikings are of the mindset, but I think the Vikings are going to have 2 phones going tomorrow during trade deadline havoc. They're going to have one phone searching for a quarterback, i.e. Ryan Tannehill or maybe even a Trey Lance.
Right.
Something of that matter. The other phone is going to be communicating back to the other phone. Yeah, we're working on deals here trying to buy. So trying to sell, excuse me. So if they're getting enticing offers,
they're going to be looking for offers they can't refuse.
Yeah, exactly. If they have an offer they can't refuse, they're just going to punt the season away. Say, we'll revisit this Kirk Cousins stuff for the offseason or whatever quarterback they decide to move forward with, and we're just going to build up draft capital. This is a rebuild. We got to pay Justin Jefferson. He's still young. T.J. Hawkinson's still young. Offensive weapons are still young. Offensive line is good and locked up. We need to rebuild at the quarterback position, sell our farm on defense, and build draft capital because the Vikings then become a young team.
Right.
So I think it'd probably be easier to get Young, but I don't think it's too far off. I think it's kind of like, here and there. It just depends on what the Vikings want to do tomorrow and what kind of calls they're getting.
Yeah, no doubt. Let's go back to the second half of that schedule.
Yeah. Let's do it.
So those first 5 games coming up are going to be a brutal stretch. Then the last 5, it gets a little easier for the Seahawks as they finish out.
Not to start.
Not to start, but the finish does.
Yeah.
Niners on the road. Oh. Eagles at home. Oh. Titans looks pretty easy. Steelers, I think, are frauds. But Steelers are still capable of beating anybody any given week.
All three of those teams, and we're going to talk about the Cardinals in a second, but all three of those teams could be fighting for draft position
Right.
by that time.
And the Cardinals are ass, and we saw that a couple weeks ago. But I think kind of the same deal here. Smitty, best case scenario, very best case, is 5-0. It's possible, not impossible. Realistically, if you don't finish out 4-1 in that stretch, you're probably shaking your head a bit.
Yeah, I agree. If you don't finish 4-1, you got to split, because I think, a win over the Eagles at that point in the season would make me believe this team's winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think they're going to split. I think they're going to split with the Niners. I think they're a lot closer now than people thought just a few weeks ago, including myself. And so I think they split with the Niners, maybe drop that one to Dallas, drop this one to the Eagles, or win this one to the Eagles. I mean, you're looking at a team here that's going to be definitely double-digit wins, could be approaching that 12-win mark.
Right.
5-2 right now. I mean, you got to go 7-3 the rest of the way. It's not impossible. I wouldn't even call it improbable.
Right. Let's go to a super chat we just got in from AJM.
Yep.
And it's Smitty's personal favorite.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, it is.
Oh, yeah.
Just give me 1 second here.
Let's see.
So I'm updating this L3 as we speak.
Yes.
All right. So, you guys know what time it is. It's time for a
Here we go.
first time super chatter. This one's coming in from AJM for AJM. C
Hawks!
C
Hawks!
C
Hawks! Let's go! Let's go!
Spam AJM.
Spam
Spam AJM. Our brother from
AJM.
across the pond.
AJM. AJM. With the $2 euro
Euro.
coming in.
Well, with the
Which is
Euro step.
which is just as good as American money.
That's right.
Who should go for Leonard Williams? I think it's already been answered with the trade capital.
The trade details, but yes, maybe he's asking about how the the rotation pieces, you know.
Mario Edwards takes a step back.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Like, Mario Edwards, I think when he was brought in, they weren't hoping that he would have to start, but it kind of happened.
Yeah.
And Mario Edwards, as a starter, was never supposed to be the long-term plan. So demoting him, if you want to call it that, rotating him more, that's not the end of the world. And I don't think it's an insult to Mario Edwards. It just kind of is what it is of sorts. The Seahawks, it makes this team better. Mario Edwards is not a bad backup, but he would be considered a bad starter.
I agree. And I think, like you said, I don't think the Seahawks, once he was even starting, and we've seen now, they add Frank Clark, they add Leonard Williams. I don't think they ever expected him to be starting at the end of the season either. I think they always had a move in mind as the trade deadline approached. So, they made those moves, and now Mario Edwards goes back to being what they expected him to be, a rotational piece. And he's done great at that.
Right. Here's the trade details. In case you're just joining us here on Seahawks Today, we got 400 people watching live. The Seahawks receive Leonard Williams for a 2024 second-round pick and a 2025 fifth-round pick. The Giants are taking on a significant part of that contract in exchange for getting better draft capital. And worth noting, looking at this trade, the Seahawks still have 2 day 2 selections in next year's draft. Despite giving up the second-round pick, they still have 2 third-round picks, one of those being from the Denver Broncos. So, Smitty, I'll say this, if they didn't have that second, third-round pick, they probably would not have made this trade.
I agree. I'm of the camp that I don't think they would have made this trade. It's one of those situations where kind of like a right place, right time type of thing for them and their draft capital. You still got those 2 day 2 picks. And like I mentioned, for those of you who are just joining us, I mentioned before we made the cut that Seattle isn't really an organization that makes draft picks based on, big boards and mock drafts. They just take their guys. And we saw that with Derek Hall. They kind of everybody called that an overdraft. He's looking pretty good now. You saw that even going back to the draft prior with Boye Mafe. People thought that was an overdraft. And, as long as you're in that tier of players, that pool of players from the Seahawks' current pick to their next pick in the draft, it's fair game. So they don't really care where they're selecting players, as long as it's, not egregious. They're not taking a fifth-round guy in the second round kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Right. Let's go to the Super Chat menu.
Sure.
We're at $45 right now. We're about $155 away from a boot.
Let me edit that to $155.
$100 gets your spot in the Emerald Club. $20 will do a beer chug. Got the Bermonga out ready to go. Shotgun and beers, $20. $10 taking shots. $5 play a little truth or dare. First time Super Chatters, you get the Seahawks chant, as we've already done several times today, and we'll continue to do again. First time Super Chatters that file in. In case you are just joining us, we're not doing a mailbag today. The only way that you are getting on screen is by sending a Super Chat. That is the only way, and we'll get your reaction, whatever your thoughts are, any questions you may have for Smitty and I. You guys want to weigh in, send in a Super Chat. We'll throw you on screen, put your avatar, whatever message you got. We'll get to that here on the show if you want to send that in. $sign below the chat box to contribute. Also on Venmo as well, Tyler Jones Live, you can contribute that way. In case you're just joining us, Seahawks Today Live Special Edition. Leonard Williams has been traded to the Seattle Seahawks for a 2024 second-round pick and a 2025 fifth-round pick. The Giants do take part of the contract, the majority of it, of what that was remaining. Leonard Williams in a situation where he only has 1 year left. So for now, until the Seahawks get a deal done of sorts, he is a rental for the time being. But as Smitty and I were talking about earlier, you don't make a move like this giving up a second for a rental. The idea is making this type of move, you will get another contract done at some point to keep him long term. But that is the move for the Seahawks, going with Leonard Williams, making this trade and getting the job done there. So, Smitty, I think we need to put the shot clock on. Right?
I think we do. Now, I will say, I saw Dylan Peck come in the chat, and he came in late. He said he just saw this, and he wanted to know what your initial reaction was. So why don't you give that to him?
Yeah, my initial reaction, it is pricey. It's not a cheap move by the Seahawks to bring in Leonard Williams here, but it's a move worth taking, a risk worth taking. It is a vote of confidence by John Schneider and Pete Carroll to say that they are all in on this Seahawks team for the now, for the present, to try to compete. You're 5-2, and now you have the support of management and coaching, the coaching staff that says, we're all in. We're going to invest in you to give you the tools you need to try to go compete for a championship. To me, I like it. We knew that the Seahawks needed help on this defensive line. We've been talking about it for months on end. Mario Edwards becomes a rotational piece at this point. I like this move for the Seahawks. This is a win-win. I'm here for it. I like it for Seattle. It was pricey, but I think it's going to be well worth it for this team. Xander with a $2 super chat checking in. Xander, I didn't see a message here from you.
He said hi again.
Hi again. All right, good to see you, Xander. Thanks for being here with us, Xander, and spending part of your day here on the show here on this this afternoon. Xander with another one.
I'm back again.
Guess who's back? Back again.
Xander's back.
Back again. Xander is the king of the $2 super chat.
He was. He overtook Hawkpocalypse yesterday as king of the $2 super chats, which we all appreciate.
That might have to be a crown on here. The king of the $2 super chat.
Yeah, because it's the default super chat to send in. So it's the easiest one to send in. It's already set to that $1.99 amount. You gotta be king of the $2 super chats. Xander has taken the crown the past couple days.
From Hawkpocalypse, it is now Xander's title.
Yep.
Good stuff, Xander. Thanks for the $2 super chat there. Now let's set the shot clock. We're at about $49 right now, so we're $151 away from Das Boot at this point. Here's what we'll do.
We'll call it a 150.
Yeah, we'll call it 150. Just make things easy. We're going to put 2 minutes on the shot clock. We get a super chat of any amount. we keep the show going. We'll keep answering your questions, get your reaction, whatever you guys got. If not, we'll sign off and we'll call it a day. And you can check out our content on the channel. But, Smitty, we're going to be live a lot this week.
I guess so.
We weren't expecting to go live today, but then this happened. We didn't have a choice. But we're going to be live for trade deadline day tomorrow. And then we got a normal Wednesday live show as well. So if you couldn't make it to today's show or you had to leave, whatever, make sure to join us tomorrow and Wednesday as well. Smitty, it's going to be a busy couple days in the channel, and Seahawks might not be done making moves.
I guess not. They might not be done. They might not be done. Shot clock.
Oh! Xander with a $50 super chat. Bang! Xander! Spam Xander! Xander with the 50. Wow!
Let's go!
Coming in hot.
Hot.
Xander! How about that? We called him the king of the $2 super chat. Then out of nowhere,
F that.
With the 50. Let's go.
Now we're just $100 away from a boot. That's a discounted boot if I've ever heard one.
Okay. We got to do some chugging now.
I guess so.
Let's get this going. We owe 2 of these now.
That's ridiculous.
Here we go. 2 of these in a shot.
All right.
Smitty, I'll give you a choice. You want a shot or you want to chug some beer?
I'll do a shot.
You'll do a shot. I'll do the chugging. Here we go.
Let's go. This chat's going nuts for Xander. Let's go.
We're not going anywhere. Xander with the 50.
Xander kept it going.
Xander said, and then another coming in from Virgil.
Hey.
Oh, we're having a day. Xander with the 50. And another! Oh! Xander with another $50 super chat! Bang! Xander!
Keep spamming Xander!
Keep spamming Xander! Xander's going in the Emerald Club. Let's go!
Xander to the Emerald Club. What a day!
Wow! We're chugging Xander!
You know what? I'll do a shotgun for Xander. Because he sent this. So you don't have to do 4 Murbangas. I'll shotgun 1 for Xander.
Okay. I'll do 3, you do 1. We'll take some shots.
We'll do it.
Whoa!
Oh my goodness.
Xander coming through. Here's the first.
All right, what a chug. Chug. Let's go.
Woo!
And we're now $45 away from a boot for you.
Woo! 45 away from Das Boot.
What a day.
What a day. What a day indeed.
$45 away from a boot. That's a discount.
All right, here's another chug.
For Xander.
Keep spamming Xander. Keep spamming Xander.
He's killing it.
Here we go.
Let's go. Chug. Yeah.
Woo!
All right, we got some $5
and then
to
another.
pay off here. Virgil.
And that's the truth or dare, so we'll play truth or dare on this one.
Yeah.
I've said all season that JSN will start slow, then start to blow up as the season rolls on. Let's shut these doubters up now. Smitty, that would be very accurate. That's what happened with JSN. Started slow. Now he's starting to come into his own. I don't think he did anything wrong. I think they just need to scheme him more into the offense.
I think we just need to scheme him in more. And, I mean, I don't think we've talked about enough. That move he made on the game-winning touchdown. I didn't think he was getting in the end zone when he caught it. What a move by JSN. I'm so happy he's finally breaking out.
All right, Smitty.
We got another one.
Hold on. We got to pay off truth or dare.
Oh, we do got to pay off truth or dare. Okay.
We'll have you do this one. You get the choice. You want truth or dare?
We'll go truth today.
You go truth today. Okay. Smitty, who was your first kiss?
Okay, my first kiss was my 8th grade girlfriend at a school dance.
What was her name?
Maya.
Maya, in case you're watching.
I'm sure she is. Yeah.
Shout out to Maya.
I hope my current girlfriend isn't watching.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Maya. That was Smitty's first kiss. Mine was kindergarten. Her name was Brittany.
Oh, I wonder where Brittany's at these days.
Yeah. Will
All
I
right.
am and Brittany, right?
Yeah. Now, this one is
It's
little.
Brittany, bitch.
This next super chat is a little confusing because the little icon didn't pop up, but the message underneath did.
Good enough for me.
Good enough for me because I love doing it. We got a first-time super chatter. This one's coming in from Moto Gabe. For Moto Gabe, C.
Hawks!
C.
Hawks!
C.
Hawks!
Let's go!
Let's go!
Spam Moto! Spam Moto!
Moto!
Spam Moto in the chat.
Why does it seem like the more consistent the O-line and defense are getting, the less consistent Gino has been?
Yeah, I actually don't hate that, honestly.
You're not
it does
wrong.
Seem that way.
You're not wrong, but
I don't
would
think
say
they correlate, though.
I'll say this, Moto. You're not wrong about that, but I don't think it's something to read too much into. I think Gino will eventually get out of this slump and be just fine, and everybody should be on the same page. That's what I would put that at. So, Xander, welcome to the Emerald Club. Xander, it is my honor. He said, that's my last one. Sorry, guys. I love you all when you're happy. Xander, don't apologize. We appreciate you, man. You are awesome. Xander, it is my honor. It doesn't get any better than this, than inducting those in the Emerald Club. This is as good as it gets. Xander, welcome to the Emerald Club. The newest member of the Emerald Club. Xander. They can never take it away from you, Xander. You're not getting that Reggie Bush treatment. This is yours till the end of time, till eternity. You are forever known as an Emerald Club member. There we go, Xander. Cheers to you, my guy. Welcome. Welcome to the Emerald Club. Let's go. I have some more chugging to do. Let's keep going. I got to do another one of these. Then Smitty's got to do one. We got to take some shots. We got some catching up to do. So now I'm opening up a Happy Dad. This is a Happy Dad grape flavored. Let's see how this goes. Woo! It's a Monday afternoon. Most of you are probably at work. And here we are. Just drinking away on a Monday afternoon. Stay thirsty, my friends. Cheers. Bang. There we go. Xander, I did it for you. Love you, Xander. Oh. And now a shot. And then Smitty's going to shotgun a Happy Dad. Let's go. That was awesome. Xander wanted to party. Xander showed up big today. We love Xander.
Xander is him.
Xander is him. To Xander. Woo! I got one right here. Yeah. All right. There we go. Xander says, not trying to get you all drunk. Don't worry about it. We'll be fine. We are okay. Smitty's about to shotgun a beer. He's even got a shotgun tool here. Look at this, folks. Describe what you got here.
So it's got a little. I should have did it on screen, but it's got a little curved point, like a curved, almost like a Seahawk beak. Actually, funny enough, it's got like a little curved beak, pokes right into the beer. It's got this little top right here, just to make the drink flow a little easier. I like it. Makes shotgunning efficient for an elite shotgunner like myself.
Here he goes.
All right, Xander, this one's for you.
For Xander.
For Xander, you're a real one. Let's go, Hawks, baby.
Woo! There he goes. Oh, that's elite. That's electric.
Easy money.
Xander says everyone spam Smitty. Spam Smitty. Spam Smitty. That was awesome. That's what it's all about, folks. That's what it's all about. All right. Let's go back to the Super Chat menu. We'll reset the shot clock. Smitty's got some other things to get to here soon, so we can't stay on too long. I have some other things to get to, too, actually.
You can keep us on as long as you want.
Yeah.
We'll disobey orders.
We will disobey orders if need. It's your guys' show. We're only 45 away from Das Boot.
We're 40 away.
40 away from Das Boot. We can keep going. We can do the boot. This is as cheap as a boot gets. $40.
$40 is nuts.
We're putting a minute on the clock. We get a super chat of any amount, we stay live. If we get 40 in super chats, Das Boot is happening. Shot clock starts now.
Appreciate everybody spamming me in the chat, by the way.
Yeah, that was great. Oh, man. And they're still spamming Smitty.
Haha. Ian Herron, my guy. Always see you in here. Aaron Bournemouth. Let's see who my regulars are in here. I'll give you guys some shout-outs. Aaron Bournemouth and Ian Herron. I'm always seeing you guys in the chat. Who else we got? Xander, obviously. Xander, you're killing it. Lame Sniper Boy. Got you. Spamming Smitty. You're a real one. AJM. Let's go. You guys are the best.
Yeah.
1:25 left on the shot clock. Somebody get one going.
Yeah. We get a super chat any amount, we'll stay on. Otherwise, we'll sign off. It is a super chat only show. We're not doing any mailbag, so you have to send in a super chat if you want screen time and want your question answered. I do love seeing everybody spamming Smitty after that shotgun. That shotgun tool is pretty awesome.
It really does make it a lot easier than you think. Like, shotgunning isn't necessarily the easiest thing in the world, and like not everybody loves doing it, but I do. I do enjoy it. Roy McCoy, appreciate you. Apollo, appreciate you.
Roy just called you snotty.
Oh, I see that. That's not my name. Much appreciated regardless, as long as that was what you're trying to say.
Okay, here we go. Moto Gabe resets the shot clock.
Reset the shot clock.
Boot is down to $35 now. Kenneth Walker or Zach Charbonnet?
Oh.
Kenneth Walker.
Although, I mean, listen, you gotta admit, Zach Charbonnet looked awesome yesterday. Shout out Moto Gabe, by the way.
I love both of them. I love the long-term plan of both these guys in a two running back system. I'm all in on both of it going forward.
They're two different players. I mean,
Thunder and Lightning.
They are. Zach Charbonnet had real great burst yesterday, and he was patient at the line of scrimmage. He when he puts his foot in the ground, he can make basically any move on the football field. He stops there. Like, he's kind of like a Le'Veon Bell almost behind the line of scrimmage. And Kenneth Walker's, I don't even know how to what comparison. Because it's weird because they both are, I would consider power backs in a sense with some speed, Like, Zach Charbonnet was laying the boom yesterday. He was lowering his shoulder and knocking Cleveland Brown defenders over on the sideline and whatnot. Kenneth Walker could do the same thing. I'd say Kenneth Walker's probably a bit faster, but Zach Charbonnet, his one cuts and his ability to lower that shoulder, he's a real good piece in that running back room.
Yeah. Another truth or dare this time.
This one's for you.
This one's for me. Smitty, I'll let you choose truth or dare for me.
All right, we'll go truth for you. We'll let you live.
Okay. Let's see. The question in the truth is,
what do we got?
What is your favorite rap song?
Okay.
Man, don't take this the wrong way, folks.
I'll answer after him just because I know this is going to be a ridiculous answer.
You know I'm going to have a ridiculous answer?
Yes.
Okay. Don't take this the wrong way. You may actually know where I'm going with this based on how I preface this.
I feel like I know who the artist is going to be.
I love this song, but I don't agree with the messaging. This is not an insult on who this is about. My favorite rap song of all time is F the Police.
Oh, okay. It's a great song. I did not expect
What
that.
were you expecting?
I was expecting something like a little more mainstream, like, one of the mainstream Biggie songs or some, Maybe an Eminem or something like that.
Okay.
I don't know.
But that would be like, that's a correct preface. Like, I'm not saying go F the police.
The song bangs.
But it's an incredible song. I
Me
mean,
and Lorenzo rolling into Benzo. Banger.
what's your favorite rap song, Smitty?
That's a deep cut. My favorite rap song of all time, and if anybody, I don't know if anybody in the chat knows this song, but for rap lovers out there, you might. It's called Survival Tactics
Oh.
by Joey Badass and Capital Steez. It is the best bars by teenagers that I've ever heard in my life. It's unbelievable. You guys should check it out.
Oh, that's good. Moto Gabe, thanks for that $5 super chat. I lost connection on the internet on my computer, so I can't see the chat right now. So Smitty, coordinate accordingly as I wait for my internet to refresh here.
The stream's still an excellent connection here, but I did see the chat disconnected on for me as well. Did we lose connection in the chat sports offices?
Okay, I'm back. I had to switch Wi-Fi's.
Okay.
Let's
I
see.
see that.
Virgil says, love NWA. Adriano says, haven't been here for a while. Is the DK song still a thing? It is.
It is.
Should we sing it?
Yeah, we'll sing it. Why not?
Choppin', carols choppin', Gino passes, no one stoppin', DK. Touchdowns all day. He rules.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go indeed.
What Wi-Fi did you change to, by the way?
I switched to phones.
Oh, okay.
I got 2 phones.
One for the plug and one for the loop.
I got 2 phones.
One for the and one for if you know what he says there, that was kind of funny.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Hopefully this chat loads back up for me here.
Yeah.
It is.
You switch internets?
I didn't, but it worked.
Okay,
so
good.
I'm all set.
That's good.
All right, let's reset the shot clock
Let's
then.
do it.
$35 away from a boot. 35 away.
35 away
deal
from
is that,
Das
man?
Boot.
What kind of deal is that?
Right? That's as good as it gets.
It's as good
We
as
get
it
a
gets.
super chat of any amount. We stay live.
Stay alive. Any amount. Could be 2, could be 5, could be 35, could be 100. Get yourself in the Emerald Club.
Adriano says, love you, man. Great stuff. He asked for the DK song. He got it. Super chat at any amount. We stay live. Otherwise, we sign off. $35 to get to Das Boot, where we
Yup.
drink this beer boot as quick as we can. 3 beers in one in all its glory right here. This could be yours with a $35 super chat. I'm seeing a Russian in the chat.
I know. It's pretty sweet.
I thought-
Now he's talking in Russian, though.
I thought YouTube was banned in Russia. Has he got a VPN thing going on?
I appreciate the hustle if you got the VPN there. He says he's a New York Giant fan.
Putin loves the Giants?
I guess Putin loves the Giants.
Putin, big Giants guy. Adriano says, I sing the song at least once a day. Much respect.
Now, I will say, I want to answer, somebody, because he really wants this question to be answered, because he's asking in the chat if somebody can send in a super chat and ask. So I want to answer it for him. This is Metcalf Prods 14, and you've been in here the whole time. Mad respect to you. He said at Moto, want to send a $2 super and ask when he thinks Abraham
Ask
Lucas
it
will
for
be back.
favors. That's funny.
When do you think Abraham Lucas will be back?
Maybe as early as this week. Kind of
Yeah.
week to week at this point. I'm no doctor, but I would guess, Smitty, that he's going to be back by next week at the latest, because they didn't take him off the injured list just because. They did so for a reason, with optimism that he would be back soon. So I would think that it's going to be sooner than later, probably the next couple of weeks, maybe even as early as this week potentially.
Yeah, I would love for that to happen. But yesterday, I want to check this tweet, and I did like it.
Okay.
As the shot clock expires, I guess we'll leave you with this. The Seahawks offensive line yesterday. We got one, and that it was kind of in the window of the delay there.
We'll give it to him.
AJM. So we'll see. We'll reset the shot clock one more time, and I'll tell you guys about what I saw yesterday. Now we are $33 away, or about $34
33 away from Das Boot. We'll reset the shot clock here in a second, but we'll answer this question from AJM here in a second.
Yep.
What should we go for next? Sorry if you already answered. We actually haven't.
That's probably for a trade.
Yes. HAM, that's a good question, actually. What should the Seahawks go for next? I think edge rusher is probably the most likely. Also, offensive line. I think the Seahawks, with Abraham Lucas' status, still waiting to see when he comes back, with the injuries at the guard spot, if they can find, I'll put it this way, Smitty, I'd prioritize it to this. It's either edge rusher or it's a flex lineman, somebody that can play both guard or tackle, either one.
Yeah, I think so as well. You need a hybrid depth piece like that. I don't think we necessarily need to go mortgage anything else to go get a starting offensive lineman. I know there's guys out there that might be available, but I think asking price is a little too high on offensive linemen right now. You don't see a lot of trades for them in midseason. So I'm a little hesitant on a trade happening there. But another edge rush piece would be you can never have too much pass rush, baby. You can never have enough.
Never.
So we'll reset the shot clock here in a second. Appreciate you, HAM.
Thank you,
appreciated.
HAM.
All right. So we're about $33 away from the boot.
And another one coming in.
Another one's coming in. What is
Adriano.
that from?
We didn't even get to reset the clock yet.
We didn't get to reset the clock yet. Adriano.
We're about 32 away now from Dust.
Appreciate you. Yeah, let's see where we're at.
Xander, you have donated the most by far. It's not even close.
Not even close, brother. You're the MVP today.
Xander's the MVP today. Adriano, I didn't see a message come in with that super chat.
Adriano, whatever comment you want us to answer, I'll find it in the chat and we'll answer.
He did say before that, this shirt, though, I assume he's talking about my shirt. Sorry, Smitty. Looks so clean. Do I have a link to get this shirt as well? I got this at Dillard's. There's your answer. So I don't have a link for this. I bought this at a department store. So, no, I don't have a link for that. But thanks, Adriano, for the $2 super chat and sending that in. Xander, you are the MVP. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. You are the MVP.
All right, so let's reset the shot clock here.
Moto Gabe, do I know anything about Geno being one of the quarterbacks in the Netflix quarterback series? I haven't heard of that happening.
I don't think so. I actually did mention that, not that it was going to happen, but that he would be a great candidate for that middle-level quarterback.
It'd be a great story.
He wouldn't be the Mariota. He wouldn't be the Mahomes either, but he would be that Kirk Cousins tier quarterback there in the middle. And he has got a great story. So I think Geno would be a great addition to that series.
Shot clock resets again.
All right, shot clock back. Now, let me tell you guys about what I saw yesterday on Twitter.
Any super chat, we stay live. Otherwise, we sign off. 32 away from Dust Boot. Smitty, what do you have here?
So PFF was not a fan of the this comes from Brian Nemhauser at Hawk Blogger on Twitter. Shout out to him. He's a really good Seahawks resource. PFF was not a fan of the left side of the Seahawks offensive line versus Cleveland. Charles Cross had a 45.4 grade. Not good. 55.5 pass block, which means it was even worse in the run block game. Damian Lewis had a 45.3 grade and a 67.2 pass block, so he was actually really bad in the run. Pass block, he was actually pretty decent, close to average there. Stone Forsythe had a terrific grade, 84.3 for Stone Forsythe on the right side there. And he stood out in run blocking. 94.6 grade on the run for Stone Forsythe. Unbelievable. 6 Seahawks had a run block grade over 84. That's awesome.
That's incredible. And specifically the run block numbers. That's been their biggest weakness, has been run blocking. So the fact that we saw those numbers come up the way they did, pretty remarkable on that front.
Metcalf prods, totally understandable, my guy. Shout out to you. And the shot clock resets.
Shot clock resets again. Apollo.
But I want to talk to Metcalf prods real quick.
Yeah, do that, and then we'll get to Apollo.
Much appreciated, my guy. He says, I love you guys, and I've watched every video since last year. I've commented a lot. I've watched all I can. That's all we can ask from you, man. Super chats are a luxury. They're not, it's not a necessity.
We don't take them for granted here.
We don't take them for granted, but we definitely don't take our everyday viewers, people who are doing the dirty work, commenting, liking, subscribing. We don't take that for
all of it helps
whatsoever.
All of it
Everything
helps and gets this content out to as many people as we can. We can't do this without you guys. You guys make it possible. We appreciate you. 30 away from the boot. Apollo says, should we consider a trade for D. Eskridge? I think he means trading D. Eskridge.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. D right now, now he's been activated again, is the number 5 receiver. And yesterday, he was activated for yesterday's game, by the way. In case you didn't see him, you didn't miss anything. They didn't play him on special teams at all. I think that was kind of the hope, was that when D got activated, he would have some type of special teams role potentially, and it just didn't happen. He just wasn't there. He was MIA. So if you can get anything for D. Eskridge, anything at this point, I don't care if it's a 7th-round pick, you will take whatever you can get for D. Eskridge at this point in time, because he's bringing absolutely nothing, zilch, nada, to this Seahawks team. If you get a 7th, a 6th, you'll take whatever you can to get him off your hands. He's going to be a free agent at the end of this year. You're not going to re-sign him anyway. Smitty, if somebody wants him, by all means, they can have him.
I agree. Give me a 7th, man. I don't care. He stinks. He actually might stink.
Yeah.
And he's not a great, like, if you stink, at least give it your all. At least be, invested in the team and their success. D. Eskridge is all about himself, and he does nonsense that gets him suspended. We're not D. Eskridge fans here at Seahawks Today.
And pretty inexcusable things that he did, too.
Well, yeah, wasn't it?
It was
a crime?
It was a domestic dispute, yeah.
So just don't commit crimes. That's all we can ask you to do.
I don't think we're asking too much either.
We're not.
Apollo, thanks for that super chat. Shakalakri says 30 away from Das Boot.
30 away.
We're getting so close. Let's up the stakes a little bit. Got to be a super chat of at least $5.
5 or more.
To keep the show going.
Super chat of 5 or more to keep us going here.
5 or more. What? To keep the show going.
Gerardo, you can't be doing that, man.
Gerardo, don't make me block you, man.
That's bad.
The Eagles made a trade.
What'd they do?
The Falcons traded, Kentavious Street.
Who is that?
To the Eagles for a late-round pick swap.
Just the Eagles getting another D lineman, like they always do.
By the way,
Super chat rolled in.
Super chat rolled in. We said 5, and Moto Gabe delivered.
Moto made it happen.
From Metcalf Prods. What will this defense have to do to be compared to the Legion of Boom 2.0? They'd have to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's a start. That's a start. Probably make 2.
Yeah.
No.
They are on their way to being great, and I love what this team is doing, but they're still a while from being mentioned in the same breath as that Legion of Boom team.
Now remember,
those teams. Those
Legion of Boom teams, like the one that won the Super Bowl, that didn't all happen in one season.
Right.
Seahawks, think about last season as the 2010 season, the Beastquake season. They made the playoffs. They look solid. Now, they're still in that lull, not, necessarily. The team is making up to be almost identical to how the 2013 team came. They're building up the front 7. They're adding pieces in free agency and through trades. They're building the secondary through the draft. The offense is young and full of weapons. And, they're still not exactly on that tier with the Eagles and 49ers. Yeah, I know the Niners have lost 3 games. The Seahawks are the team to beat in the division right now, but that could quickly change over the next couple of weeks. So I think the Seahawks are still maybe a year away, but they could just overdo expectations and go all the way this season. You think about the year before they won the Super Bowl. They were a playoff team. They were an upstart. That's when I actually became a Seahawks fan, as we get another $5 super chat rolling in here from Pablo Domingo.
So we got 2 truth or dares coming in.
Yeah.
Let's see here. All right, let's go Seahawks. I can't wait to see Leonard Williams on the roster. Absolutely, Pablo.
Hell yeah.
He's going to make a difference.
25 in Super Chats away?
25 and Super.
Sorry, 20.
$20
$20 Super Chat gets a boot done.
And we got two truth or dares to figure out.
All right.
Let's see. Smitty, I'm going to give you a truth here.
Okay.
What is your biggest pet peeve?
Ooh, my biggest pet peeve. Interesting. Let me put myself on screen here while I think about it. My biggest pet peeve. People who can't hold the conversation. I don't like that.
Yes.
I'm a talker. I love having a conversation. And it could be about anything. It doesn't have to be about sports or football. It could be about music, pop culture, life, what you're doing that day, what you're doing tomorrow, anything. I just like talking to people. And when people can't have a solid conversation, their answers are short. They're just boring me to sleep. And maybe that's because they don't want to talk to me. That could be the case. But if you can't hold a conversation, that's a pet peeve of mine. What about you?
You know, that's
it's
a
not
very
easy to pick your biggest pet peeve because you got a lot that you don't really think about in the moment.
right. So along those same lines, biggest pet peeve. Not to sound sexist, but it does seem like that is more of a female thing. than men.
Okay, maybe.
My biggest pet peeve, I would say, when I'm driving on the highway, like I love driving personally. Like if I can drive somewhere rather than fly, I will. I am an avid passing lane guy. You will see me going like I'm hauling ass in the passing lane. Okay, I'm going as fast as I can in the passing lane. My biggest pet peeve is people who hog up the passing lane that are keeping everybody slowed down. The passing lane is for passing. Pass, and then you move over. Do not stay in the passing lane, driving the speed limit, and slowing everybody else down.
I'm a culprit. Oh!
What are you doing? What are you doing in the passing lane?
I will say. This is only a given on my long drives. So
Okay.
like when I would drive to school, back when I was in college, 4.5-hour drive, I
Yeah.
was staying in the left lane the whole time. Now, granted, it was for a long portion of the drive, there wasn't really anybody on the road. So I
Okay.
just did it there so I could, go a little bit faster. Not too far over the speed limit. Stay in school, kids. But yeah, no, that's me in a sense. But I do agree. If you're going slow in that lane, it's for passing. Get back in the right lane. What are you doing?
Oh,
All right, let's reset the shot clock one more time.
I
here.
got to do. We got to do
Oh, you did
another dare.
one. Another one. Oh, a dare.
Okay. The next dare
What do you got?
is 10 push-ups.
All right. How do we bust that out
I'll-
on camera here?
I'll do it. I'll do it, and Smitty, you count me.
Okay, 10 push-ups it is. I'll count them out. I'll make sure it's happening, guys.
This would be a good way to burn off all that beer.
Yeah, right.
Here
You
we
know
go.
what? You know what? I could get this on camera.
Oh God. He is committed to get this on camera.
I can get this on camera, guys.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, I could definitely get this on camera.
Oh, here we go.
All right.
All right, 10 push-ups.
10 push-ups. It's getting done, brother.
I can't remember the last time I did a push-up, but here we go.
All right. Let's do it. All right, hold on. Okay, here I am.
This is for the 12s.
This is for the 12s, man.
Here we go.
Oh boy.
1, 2, 3, go.
1, 2, get that ass down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. There's 10 busted out quick.
Oh,
All right.
that hurt. That hurt.
Spam TJ in the chat.
My fat ass. That hurt.
Spam TJ in the chat.
Oh, 10 push-ups. That was painful. I didn't do girl push-ups, rock man.
No, they weren't. No. Knees were off the ground. Knees were off the ground.
Butt may have been a little high.
Ass was a little high on those 10.
Moto Gabe says F for effort. I tried. I didn't do girl push-ups. I tried.
Oh, my God. Let's reset the shot clock, man.
Let's do it again.
Oh, my God. This is hilarious.
This was a little high, but you know what? It was worth it. 20 away from Das Boot.
20 away, man.
I'd rather do a boot than 10 more push-ups. In fact, we got to get 5 to keep the show going. It's at least $5, by the way.
$5 super chat to keep it going.
Moto Gabe says the work ethic is unmatched.
AJM says A for effort of showing it on camera. I made the move there. Had to get it done.
Ian says next time 30-second plank. Oh, maybe
That's
a
not
wall.
easy. I'd argue that's still more difficult than.
Tell you what, next 5 it comes in. I'll do a 30-second wall sit.
Okay. That's not easy either. Don't cheat that one.
Xander, that's what I'll do. If the next super chat, if you send in 5 or more, I'm going to do a wall sit for 30 seconds.
All right, next $5 super chat.
I could be doing these workouts and then be doing a boot here in a couple minutes, potentially speaking.
Minute on the clock. Send it a 5. Keep the show going.
This has been, no matter what, Smitty, this has been a memorable day.
If you guys forgot, Leonard Williams is a Seahawk, by the way.
Yeah. Metcalf, that might be a little bonk there, your comment. You see what I'm talking about, Smitty?
Oh, I did. That's
Thick.
awesome.
I think that's spelled Thicc. Thick.
Crazy.
30
seconds on the shot clock. We'll sign off if we don't get a $5 super chat in the next 30.
Another 5, and I'm doing a wall sit. 20 more, and I'm doing a boot. Ed Gerano says you'd have to do sports instead of drinking. You'd probably get rich and fit. Yeah, no kidding.
Ian Herron's imploring you guys with just 10 seconds left. Come on, super chatters. Where you at?
Clock running down. Oh!
Oh, my goodness. AJ.
And it's wall sit time.
It is wall sit time.
All right, here we go, Smitty. Wall sit time it is.
AJM, much appreciated, my man. Hey!
And Motor
Gabe ran it back right after.
Does this mean Smitty's got to do wall sit too?
Oh, boy.
I think we each got to do a wall sit.
All right. I'll do a wall sit.
All right, here we go.
Now we're 10 away from a boot.
10 away from a boot. Here you go. Thank you, AJM.
Let me fix all this up real quick. You just
Let's answer Moto Gabe before I do this wall sit here.
Okay.
I think the question is, I think we probably have the same answer anyway. Moto Gabe says, college majors. I was a communications major.
So I was and this is a good truth. I guess it's a truth or dare here.
Yeah.
Truth. Put myself on screen here. I was, and it is in the communication school. I went to journalism school. But my major was actually sports media, funny enough. They just introduced it right before I got to school. St. Bonaventure University, check it out for all you prospective students out there. Great, great, great journalism program.
You could be like Smitty someday.
You could be just like me one day, which I know everybody wants to be.
All right. 10 away from a boot. Got to do some wall sits now.
See if the wall sit looks okay on the big camera that you have back there. See if it looks all right.
Yeah, this will work.
All right, yeah, that'll work.
All right, 30 seconds.
30 seconds. I'll count it down. I got a timer out.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, and Tyler's wall sitting here, and he is doing it the right way. He's not cheating himself right now. We're 5 seconds in. You're a sixth of the way there. Easy money. This is happening. This is happening on Seahawks Today live. Where else do you get this type of content on YouTube? He's halfway there. For Leonard Williams, he's halfway there. He's not cheating himself. Feet are on the ground. Heels are on the ground. Heels are on the ground. He's not cheating himself. The wall sit's happening. 3 more seconds. 28, 29, 30. It's all set. And I'll take the reins now.
All right. That wasn't as bad as the push-ups, I'm not going to lie.
No.
I can deal with that. Whew.
Wall sit is definitely not as hard as a plank.
Oh, God, I'm not doing a plank. All right, Smitty's doing a wall sit now. All right. 10 away from Das Boot, by the way. All right, here we go, Smitty. Wall sit time for Smitty. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 5 seconds in. How you feeling? He's feeling good.
Leonard Williams! F. Marshall!
F. Marshy.
He got a second round pick, though. He's probably happy about
Yeah.
it. How are we?
10 seconds to go.
10 seconds to go. Here we go.
10 seconds. Spam Smitty. Spam Smitty. Spam Smitty. When Seahawks Today turns into a workout class. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bang.
That's for you guys.
There we go. Adriano, his name's Smitty. That's his name.
Also Tyler.
He is. He is a Tyler, too.
I am also Tyler.
Yes. Oh, my gosh.
My thighs, man, they're burning a little bit.
Oh! Down.
Oh!
There we go. Virgil. Virgil.
Spam Virgil!
Spam Virgil. Spam Virgil. Das boot time. Let's meet up at the Washington game and do a boot together. Oh.
That'd be fun.
Here we go. It's about to go down.
We did it.
So here's what we'll do, Smitty. I'll go get the boot ready.
Okay.
And this is how we'll wrap up today's show because we both of us have other things to get to.
Yep.
Every $5 super chat between now and when I get back is an additional shot in the boot.
Okay. Jungle boot.
We'll make it a jungle boot. Oh! Bruce with a first time super chat.
Hold
Bang!
on a minute. Here we go. Bang! This one's for Bruce C.
Hawks!
C.
Hawks!
C.
Hawks!
Let's go!
Let's
Spam
go!
Bruce! Spam Bruce! Bruce!
What an entrance. What an entrance.
Woo!
All right, that's at least 4 shots out of the boot.
All right.
All right, so I'm going to go get the boot
ready.
ready. Smitty's going to hang out with the chat.
Let's do it.
And for every $5 super chat, that's a shot going in the boot when I come back.
All
Smitty,
right.
it's all yours.
How we doing, folks? Tyler's gonna come do a boot. And for the 145 of you still hanging out with us, you're gonna see greatness. You're gonna see greatness. Boots coming next on Seahawks Today, and then we'll sign off. Because we got to the goal. We did it. We had to do it. But hey, we'll still allow you guys to keep the show going, ask your questions and whatnot. We'll have to up the ante for the super chat that has to come in because we got a 10 and then a 20. So, that's the new barometer here. Metcalf Prod saying, what up, Smitty? How we doing? How we doing? Xander, what's going on, my guy? Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys so much. Love it. Leonard Williams is a Seahawk. I think we're forgetting about this. We're doing all this. We're doing all this extracurricular stuff, and we're forgetting the Seahawks are in first place in the AFC West in the driver's seat with 2 games against the Niners remaining left on the schedule. How do we feel? What's going on? We are working out. It's a workout stream on Seahawks Today. We're doing wall sits, push-ups, the whole 9. $100 super chat, and Raiders Report host Mitchell Renz will come in here and bust out 50 push-ups on stream. It's a workout stream. Mitch wanted to get involved. $100 super chat gets 50 push-ups done on Seahawks Today. Never been done before. Never been done before. We thought 10 was crazy. 50 just might be insane. Oh, we got another one. There's a shot in the boot. There's a shot in the boot. How we feeling? How we feeling? Our guy Adriano. Adriano, where are you from? I'm just curious. Where you don't have to say exactly, but what country are you from? Because this definitely is an American money coming in. Oh, Xander, I will. If you're not here when he gets back, I'll let him know. He'll be back here in just a second, but I will tell him. Don't worry, my guy. Appreciate all the love that you showed us today. You're the real MVP, Xander. Spam Xander in the chat. Spam Xander in the chat. He's got to go. We appreciate him so much. He killed it today for us. Thank you, Xander. Yeah, good luck saying Tyler could not wear the jersey he took off yesterday. Yeah, I guess so. You're right. And Moto Gabe's asking, who's driving you home? Also, Tyler, Xander, I'm not sure if he left just yet, but he did have to leave, so he wanted me to tell you that he had to get out of here.
Xander, love you, man. Thanks for being here. You're the MVP today. All right,
sir.
so 5 shots. What did Adriano say?
Adriano.
Thanks, Tyler and Smitty, for all your efforts. This show's so much fun. Sorry for missing out last week, I guess. Hey, Adriano, we're just glad to have you here, man. Much love.
Oh, boy. All right. Sorry we're having fun here on Seahawks Today, but Giants fan wants to ruin our fun.
Wow. Throwing shade at Smitty. All right, so I gotta put down 5 shots in this boot. I might as well just pour the whole bottle into this point. Here it is. So I went 2, 3, 4, 5. So I went seltzer boot this time because the only beer that we had in stock was from Anheuser-Busch, and I couldn't do that.
Why don't you drink Anheuser-Busch beer?
It's not good beer. It's
Like
doesn't
not good
taste
as in like taste.
It's not good. It's
quality.
not a good product. I mean, all of it.
What do you think of the brand?
The brand is pretty shitty. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the brand at Anheuser-Busch is shitty. I can't promote that. So we got to go seltzer. We got 5 fireball shots.
Moto Gabe says, get that man some keys. Is he talking about Keystone Light? Oh, Keystone?
We could use some Keystone. I never wanted Keystone again. What was your experience with Keystone?
Having $12 in my bank account in college and drinking Keystone. Is that not yours?
You know, I think I stayed away from Keystone for the most part. My cheap beer, I would still drink to this day. I am not beneath drinking a good old cold PBR. I know that Jeff Foxworthy at one point in time said,
Paps?
What ribbon in hell did PBR earn? But I got to tell you, PBR, it's just so crisp. I know it only costs you like $1 or $2, but PBR still hits. Like, I am not beneath drinking PBR. But we don't have any PBR in the office, unfortunately. Hello, Samuel. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. With that said, time for a boot. So I've already done some push-ups, done some wall sits, been doing some drinking. Can I go under 20 seconds?
The 12s are putting you through it right now.
They're putting me through it, indeed.
They said, we want to see you drink, and then at the same time, we want to see you exercise.
Yes. They've gotten it all. They've gotten the full Leonard Williams experience today.
Are we happy about Leonard Williams? Because you should be.
Absolutely.
He is still a top defensive tackle in this league.
Absolutely.
Only reason, if the Giants were in contention, they would not be trading him.
So the thing I said about this, in case you're just joining this circus and wondering where does Leonard Williams factor in all this, my thought was this, Marsh, and I think you probably agree with this, that the Seahawks, because they had 2 third-round picks next year, because the Broncos trade, 2 day 2 selections, then the trade made sense to give up that second-round pick. But if they did not have that extra third, I don't think they make that trade then. I think because they had the extra capital, then it made sense to go ahead and go through with that said trade. Marsh, your thoughts on that?
I agree. You have the extra draft capital, use it.
Yeah.
Make a push here.
Absolutely.
Enjoy our guy. He's a good guy.
Good to see you, Marsh. All right, boot time, and then we're signing off. O for over, U for under. 20 seconds. Smitty's got the timer out. This will be a hell of a way to end the show. Smitty, what are you thinking?
I think with all the vibes that we've had today, I think you're going under. I think you're going. I really do. I think you could power through today.
Here we go.
Hold on. I'm gonna get everything set up here.
Smitty's getting ready. And then I'm going to do this boot, and we're going to call it a day. Alan, the contractor, says try to donate 10. Dollar sign below the chat box. If that's not working for you for whatever reason, you can always Venmo as well. Tyler Jones Live. Seahawks trade for Leonard Williams. It has been a day on the channel already. And now we're doing the boot. O for over, U for under. 20 seconds.
AJM says over. Adriano says over. Good luck says you. Well, hence the name. Good luck. O for over says Ian and Robert Mena.
Got a lot of doubters today.
A lot of doubt. Moto Gabe's saying you. Moto Gabe is spamming you.
Moto Gabe believes.
Let's go.
Spam Chug in the chat. Smitty on the play-by-play.
I got the play-by-play, and I got the stopwatch ready.
Here we go.
Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Here we go. And he came in with a little animosity there. Came in with a little ferocity on this one. Seahawks trade for Leonard Williams. We got 10 seconds left in this 20-second shot clock here. Can Jones put it down? Can he put it down? Spam Chug. Spam Chug in the chat. Can he put it down? He's almost there. Bang! Oh my goodness. He is battered. He is battered.
I am unwell.
And it was 20 seconds flat. So he pushed. It was a P for push.
That's a win. That's a win.
All right.
That is a win. On that note, we'll go. Back tomorrow, trade deadline day. Could the Seahawks make another move? We'll find out. Also, our live show Wednesday. First of 3 days of shows on the channel. I'm excited. I'm fired up. We're just getting started. We'll see you tomorrow. Join us. We'll see you then.